That Rihanna situation may be a little deeper than what you're actually seeing.
Jay-Z put a hit out on Rihanna and it's all behind it.
So they want you to believe some random woman rides by Rihanna's house and up the place? Stop it, stay woke. It's giving another flop nation production.
Who in the hell sent shooters to Rihanna's house? I'm gonna tell you, that was not random. Whoever did that, they were paid to do it. And it was someone bigger who's trying to send Rihanna a message to either keep her mouth shut. They are mad because right now she's riding off into the sunset, so to speak, in a way, like with her life. She's done as much as she's wanted to do with music. Someone could be mad that she's not doing music anymore because it would be benefiting if she did.
What I'm saying is, in business, nothing is coincidental, or you would be hearing who's losing money. In all of these situations, it's only the artist that's losing. Somebody makes big money. When these rappers get killed, not incidental. Somebody made $100 million and now don't have to talk to that artist or none of their crew, don't have to validate none of their contracts. Now only got to deal with the mama, only got to see her once a year, and it's over. And the money, he goes up and up and up.
And there are two ways to leave here. Either through the door with the deal sign or through this window, and we're on the 29th floor.
You know the song Disturbia? That's classic. Damn, it has a dark meaning and it exposes all of Rock Nation. No way! She's trapped.
So Rihanna's shooter just exposed who ordered the hit, and y'all are not ready for this, because the internet just pulled up this woman's entire background. Court records, lawsuits, social media, everything. And what they found has people connecting dots that go straight to somebody Rihanna has known since she was 16. Somebody who told a teenage girl to her face that she could leave through the door with a deal or through the window of the 29th floor. And now that same person's company just showed up in the shooter's legal history. So buckle up, because this is about to get very ugly for somebody very powerful. So here's what happened. This woman, Ivana Ortiz, rolls up to Rihanna's Beverly Hills mansion in a whole Tesla, pulls out an AR-15, not a handgun, not a pistol, a military-style rifle, and fires 10 rounds at the house. 4 bullets hit the mansion. Multiple rounds hit the Airstream trailer that Rihanna and Rocky were literally sitting inside of at that exact moment. Her 3 kids were in the house. Her mama was in the house. This woman drove all the way from Orlando, Florida to do this. Now the news wants you to think she's just some mentally ill fan who was obsessed with Rihanna. And yes, she posted crazy stuff on social media, called Rihanna a witch, said God would throw her down, all of that. But the internet said, hold on. Because when they pulled up her court records, they found something that blows the entire crazy fan narrative apart. 5 months before she showed up at Rihanna's gate with an assault rifle, Ivana Ortiz filed an emergency lawsuit against Live Nation worldwide. Live Nation, the biggest concert promotion company on the planet. She sued them alongside the city of Orlando over a Billie Eilish show. The case got thrown out. But here's why the entire internet just lost its mind. Live Nation is the parent company over Rock Nation. Rock Nation is Jay-Z's company. Rock Nation manages Rihanna's tours, her business, her brand, basically every dollar that moves through her career. So the woman who tried to take out Rihanna had an active legal beef with the same corporation that controls Rihanna's entire empire. And that corporation belongs to Jay-Z. The internet looked at that and said, ain't no way this is a coincidence. Not with everything else that's happening right now.
So they want you to believe some random woman rides by Rihanna's house and up the place? Stop it, stay woke. It's giving another flop nation production. How the fuck you even know where Rihanna lives? How you have her address? Stop it. Rihanna don't have her house all over social media, so how would you even know where she at? How'd you even get back there? You don't think somebody like Rihanna don't got security? How do you know? Because somebody sent you back there. Look, peep game. There's been a lot of negative reports about Rihanna lately. They're saying that LVMH is pulling their investment out of Fenty. They're saying that, oh, her products is causing infertility. I just saw some news about how her products got, all kind of chemicals in it. Stop. Now somebody trying to unalive her? Who the fuck wants to unalive Rihanna? You know how these labels do. When you don't want to make no more music, they say, oh, you know what? You worth more than alive. It's giving Jigga that name.
And then the courtroom stuff started getting weird. When they first booked Ortiz, they set her bail at $10.2 million. $10 million. That's what they give terrorists and cartel leaders. But then, and this is the part that has everybody suspicious, within 24 hours, they quietly dropped it to 1.8 million behind closed doors, and the judge banned cameras from showing her face. Think about that. A woman fires an AR-15 at a house with children inside, and the court decides to protect her identity and make it easier for her to walk? In America, where they parade every other shooter on every news channel for a week straight. But this one gets special treatment. The internet is saying somebody made a phone call, and that call did not come from a woman sitting in a jail cell in a blue jumpsuit.
Who in the hell sent shooters to Rihanna's house? I'm gonna tell you, that was not random. Whoever did that, they were paid to do it. And it was someone bigger who's trying to send Rihanna a message to either keep her mouth shut. They are mad because right now she's riding off into the sunset, so to speak, in a way, like with her life. She's done as much as she's wanted to do with music. Someone could be mad that she's not doing music anymore because it would be benefiting if she did, and maybe she's refusing. She has other things that she can be doing or is doing already, has been doing besides music to contribute to her empire. So there could be that. Could be someone who sees her with A$AP Rocky, like, that could have been me. But I'm really thinking it was a message from someone who, like, they either feel like they own her and they're not at peace, and so they're mad that she's, like, they don't want to see her at peace and want to disturb her peace. That's mainly what I'm getting. And there's a couple of people that have come to my mind, but I know y'all know that was not just random. If they try to come out and say, if those people they caught the woman, if she tries to say it was just some random thing that she did, she was probably paid off to do that or threatened to never ever say who was, where it stemmed from. If they even know, I don't know. Very strange.
Now zoom out and look at what's happening around Jay-Z right now. He's fighting a lawsuit that was filed alongside Diddy. The Epstein files are still dropping names. Diddy is sitting in federal custody, and people who know the industry are publicly saying that Rihanna is a key material witness in the trafficking allegations connected to Roc Nation. A material witness. That means she knows things. She was inside those rooms. She was at those events. She saw what happened. And now somebody just sent 10 bullets at her front door?
Jay-Z put a hit out on Rihanna, and it's all behind the Epstein files. I don't know exactly what's going on, but this is one of the theories that's floating around social media and gathering steam. This shit getting too serious for me. But listen to this, it's crazy. And you might believe it, you might not. So I'm sure y'all heard some woman named Ivana allegedly fired 10 rounds from an AR into Rihanna and A$AP Rocky's Beverly Hills home while they were all there. Now, at first, people just thought it was just a random incident, but then people started connecting dots. Now, listen to this. You know how they are trying to press Jay-Z to be called in for questioning for the Epstein files, right? Now, what people are alleging is Rihanna is a key material witness into this whole trafficking scheme or plot or whatever that Roc Nation and Jay-Z himself have been carrying out. And what really has people thinking like, what could Rihanna possibly know is that if you recall, Rihanna herself was flown out at the age of 15 and pretty much, I don't want to say forced, but if you remember, Rihanna said it herself, they were on the top floor, 29th floor somewhere, and then Jay-Z told her either sign this record deal or be thrown off the building, out the window or whatever. Now this story is still developing, and I honestly don't know what the true, real story is right now, but I'll tell you this. I don't think some random woman is blasting 10 rounds of AR at Rihanna's house, and it's just random.
Rihanna was 16 when Jay-Z signed her. She spent years making money for his label. Then she stopped. She walked away from music in 2016 and built Fenty Beauty and Savage X Fenty completely outside of his system.
Rihanna explained how she was threatened to sign her contract with Jay-Z. She said at 16 years old, Jay-Z gave her two options. One, to sign the contract and go out the door, or the other was to go out the window, and they were on the 29th floor. And if you don't think it's horrible enough that you're about to hear her say how she was threatened to be thrown out a window by Jay-Z if she didn't sign the contract, don't forget the part about her being locked in the office until 3 a.m. until she had that contract signed. And what makes it even worse, we're not even talking about a grown woman. We're talking about a 16-year-old girl that just flew here from a whole different country of Barbados and who was starstruck and nervous as hell to meet Jay-Z. And remind you, she might have had her lawyers and everybody else, but Rihanna didn't even have her family support with her when she came to sign this contract with Jay-Z.
The office.
Really?
The 3 a.m. was when that contract got signed. So from the meeting around 3, 4 in the afternoon, we signed it by 3 a.m.
Wow.
That day, I was absolutely certain.
He said there are 2 ways to leave here, either through the door with the deal signed or through this window, and we're on the 29th floor.
These music executives were vacationing in Barbados, and they saw Rihanna and her friends on the beach and approached her, but she was a teenager, and she was able to leave Barbados with these grown white men to go to New York City, where they kept her in the room for 24 hours straight and signed her on the spot. It's hard for island girls to actually leave the island. So who paid money for this girl?
She turned herself into a $1.4 billion brand without him. The internet is saying that a woman who stops making you money is a problem. But a woman who stops making you money and knows your secrets, that's a threat.
That Rihanna situation may be a little deeper than what you're actually seeing. I'm always thinking deeper than just the surface, right? So when I hear certain things, I'm like, that could be true. But there's some things I hear, I'm like, nah, you reaching. I don't know if that's happening or not. This situation right here may not be reaching. Okay, so I went down a bit of a rabbit hole. What some people are saying is that she posted a picture on her social media of her in the studio at 2:50 a.m. in her home in LA. Crazy part, she does the makeup and shit, right? Supposedly she wasn't gonna do any more music. She was done with the music. They don't want her, the upper elites in the industry don't want her doing music because they can't earn anything from her new music. She's no longer under their control. Shit, supposedly this is what's going on.
You know the song Disturbia? That's classic. Damn, it has a dark meaning and it exposes all of Rock Nation. No way! She's trapped in a cell.
Nothing heard, nothing said, can't even speak about it.
There's 2 words that she hid and said different words so that she wouldn't get caught. You better think twice.
You better think twice.
You know the movie Blink Twice?
Yeah.
She said that on purpose because in the movie, there's a Desideria, the perfume in the movie where they forget everything that was said to them.
It can creep up inside you and consume you. A disease of the mind that can control you.
So it's all about the mind control. Desideria. Instead of, she called it Disturbia.
Because it sounds similar.
It sounds similar. You better blink twice. She can't say that. And why do you think she hasn't dropped in so long? She went into beauty instead of music because Jay-Z and Rock Nation can't touch her with cosmetics.
Yeah, because it's different.
It's a different initiative.
And this is exactly what Katt Williams has been warning about for years. He said when artists get killed, it's never random. He said somebody makes $100 million and then they don't have to honor those contracts anymore. The money goes up and they only have to deal with the mama once a year. He said that before this happened.
What I'm saying is, in business, nothing is coincidental, or you would be hearing who's losing money. In all of these situations, it's only the artist that's losing. Somebody makes big money. When these rappers get killed, not incidental. Somebody made $100 million and now don't have to talk to that artist or none of their crew, don't have to validate none of their contracts. Now only got to deal with the mama, only got to see her once a year, and it's over. And the money goes up and up and up. So they killed this $20 million guy, but they reaped $60 million in benefits.
Wow.
And they had some people from your city do it.
Wow.
And they had some people from your city do it.
Wow.
I'm saying there's the good side and the bad side of these businesses, and
but think about what you just think about what you just said. That's extremely thoughtful and powerful.
If you put any other names together, The police are out on stage. They cut to commercial. You didn't see what happened. By the time they come out, people have been removed. It goes on. It's certain ways things are handled when it's not intentional. When things go smoothly, but they seem chaotic, that means there was forethought and a plan.
When things go smoothly, but they seem chaotic, that means there was forethought and a plan.
Somebody, even if it looks like, yeah, Janet Jackson just had a wardrobe malfunction. Yeah, there's no such thing.
Correct.
I don't care who you blame.
I believe that. I believe that.
Somebody benefited. Yeah. So in all of these situations, there's a business involved and there's real money involved, and somebody's benefiting from this thing that looks like, oh, that just happened. Nah.
And now people are putting his words right next to the footage of Rihanna's bullet-riddled gait and saying he wasn't joking. He was preparing us. So let's run it back. A woman with a lawsuit against Jay-Z's parent company drives across the entire country with an assault rifle. She fires at a house full of children. Her bail gets mysteriously dropped from $10 million to under $2 million behind closed doors. Her face gets hidden from cameras. And the woman she shot at just happens to be someone the internet says could bring down the most powerful man in music if she ever decides to talk. The internet is not buying the crazy fan story anymore. And honestly, after seeing all of this, neither should you.